See who gets in here first. Frank, and then just ate on my side. All right. Just ate dinner twice. Blah, blah, blah. Close this. It's working, huh? It keeps telling me there's a problem with my apps because it wants me to upgrade it and like give it more control. It wants me to turn the location on. And I'm not going to do that. It's none of your business where I'm at when I'm doing this. I'm in my super secret location, the bottom of the Andes Mountains in China. Yeah, figure that one out. Hello, Boschke and Mrs. S and MI Prepper and everybody. I'll figure the room will fill up. Evidently, on one of the sections that I clicked to remove from that video when I was processing it was the part where I taught y'all how to cook the beans. So yeah, there'll be another video. And yeah. Or maybe I'll just put out a video on how to do the beans. That would be about as easy, I guess. That way they're shorter.
Probably guns.
Could be, you don't know. If you're going to be locked up in a room for months and months, you might as well be where the magazines are. Yeah, but mine froze up and I had to reload it. Did it show me taking the beans out of the jar? There was a lot more to it. Me taking the beans out of the jar was the fun part. I'll have to rewatch it and see what the. Yes, it is, Guns. Privateer, Prepper, Dior. Hello, everybody that's sneaking in. Hopefully, we don't have to discuss the promised topic, but because I'll research that and I don't want to talk about it. It's depressing. Okay, so yeah, that was the I'll put that out there because it's funny to watch me try to do it that way. It worked, but it works better with a glass jar, and a glass jar your glass jar has a bigger mouth, so you're not. It does take you 5 minutes to get the beans out of your container. So yeah, there's about 5 minutes of that video. Basically. Hey, it's raining here. Or did it start raining, or is it still just thundering?
It started. Not much.
We had like a cool front move through, and I didn't enjoy it.
Okay, just flash outside again.
Oh, gun. Oh, there he is.
Yep, there he is. Tad slower. Maybe it just.
Maybe the flash is what brought him on.
Yeah.
That might have been what it is. I'll try something different. See what it does when I do that. Let me see what it looks like. It probably looks really weird. Ooh, yeah, I like that. That's like cool. Ah, this is how ghosty, doesn't it? Whoa. I have a filter on there. Yeah. If I turn my light off, I wonder how, if you can still see me. Oh, that's even scarier. Now we're talking around, it looks like we're talking around the campfire. Ah! You're fine. It's Friday. What? I can make it clear. Watch it. Yeah, pretty much. Peekaboo. What'd you quit YouTube for? Well, I guess if I watch the video, I'll know, huh? KK, I'll have you know that I've never set foot in a smoke-filled bar room in my whole life. There was always still some air. Can't get in one in Lubbock anymore. Just saying, they did that whole. Oh, that's.
Smoke-filled bars anymore.
Was it the Legion here, and that's it. That's the last of them. Everybody else, you got to go on the patio. I'll go check it out. I wondered if Lily had decided not to fart around with it because she hadn't done anything in a long time.
Guys.
Pretty sure, yeah. Hung rafters today for a while. Got the framing ready for the other roof to tie in to that section of roof. And then came home. Y'all got to see my ash tree there for just a flash because I knocked my camera down. Which means I'll have to edit this. Make it go private after the thing. And on the other, did Truth Freezer ever show up? Oh, okay. The after researching, I have a moral and ethical thing against vaccines now. But I understand why the church said that it's no longer you can't take a religious stance against it. So I spent entirely too much time having to read on that stuff today. Um, the cells they use to grow the vaccines haven't been in a human body in 50 years. They barely have any human DNA left in them. So, I mean, their origins are still, same thing, but they don't harvest new cells. That's what they say anyway on the vaccines. But there's a lot of other medication out there that people aren't coming out against that use it. There's a lot of makeups out there that use it. I no longer use Nestle's refrigerated coffee creamers. Not after today. Any of them. Because, yeah, they do. They use new ones. Fresh. They use fresh for whatever freaking reason. They use fresh stem cells from aborted fetuses in the process of coming up with flavors for flavored coffee creamer. So, yeah. They use aborted fetuses to make refrigerated coffee creamer. Nestle's doesn't. Yeah, something like that, guns. I mean, why don't they just hire somebody and say, yeah, this tastes like coffee creamer? That's not really chipper. Uh, I did 2.5 hours of research and it was pretty rough, and I really didn't want to have to talk about this. So I figured I'd get out of the way. That way, it'll come up later. I didn't have to talk about it. Um, any of the Nestle's NET or NESTLES refrigerated coffee creamers were developed using aborted human fetuses in the testing phase. Okay, that means they're buying dead babies to make coffee creamer. Done with them. Uh, Keebler it is. Oh wait, there was the cookies. It's pretty sick. I'm glad I turned it down. There's arthritis medicine. Yeah, it's aborted babies. Uh, the stuff for fibromyalgia, it's aborted babies. The list goes on. The only thing that I come up with today was that the vaccines are made with cells that they've kept alive in a lab for 50 years, and they're no longer human. They can grow they're still able to grow the depleted viruses or whatever in them, and the viruses will live and the cells will live or whatever, and they can come up with the vaccines, but they don't have to harvest new cells. unless somebody goes in there and kills the power to the factory or whatever, and then they don't have any cells, then they would have to start over again. The origins for the vaccine, human cell vaccines, which you can't grow. The vaccines might and might not work if they're grown in animal cells, because they might and might not survive if grown in animal cells. And you never know from one batch to the other because they've tried it. And you don't know if you're going to cause a mutation and actually be injecting somebody into something that's going to make things worse. They're just on and on. The reasons go on and on and on. That's why the churches that were fighting it so hard, after they researched it and stuff and found out that there's what the one reports, there's actually more human DNA on a piece of fruit you would buy at a grocery store than there is in a vaccine. And the DNA is not even complete in the vaccine. It's just particles of it. The DNA on the fruit at the grocery store would be complete. So if you got a problem eating human DNA or having human DNA or whatever in your body, then I don't like how they got the DNA to start, the stem cells to start with, but they had to do something because people were dying like rabbits. I mean, people haven't started dying again, but I mean, I don't think it would take long if they stopped doing the vaccines for people to start dying, because we've basically completely done away with the natural immunities we had that some of us had to the diseases.
We had
So,
a case of measles here.
yeah,
We got one vaccinated.
it's going to come back when they do it. There'll be measles and mumps and all that stuff like that to take out most of the people that survived the initial EMP or mass solar ejection or whatever. You know, the New Madrid fault or the Yellowstone caldera or the nuclear war. It's going to be all the next generation born after that. They are going to die from the measles and stuff, smallpox. Right? Yeah, it just gets worse and worse. Oh, what am I? Yeah. My scanner don't work anymore, man, because they digitalized and I don't have all the new stuff, and I'd have to buy a new scanner. So, because I don't know how many of y'all are Vikings or whatever, but he did a good video. Was it the lazy people or was it the next one that he did? Anyway, about that there will always be government in some form. You know, the government spends gazillions of dollars making sure that the government stays in power. You know, he basically said, "Are there underground cities?" Yeah. They said he knew it. He knew of at least one. So maybe he's fishing. What were you doing, Mr. Painless? Hey, Rob, did you just sign on to your tablet while you were in a liquor store? I'm just asking. Oh, you were working outside? You weren't, were you on top of a car outside? Okay. Just checking. Rob was working on running from the cops. Yeah. Singing the gingerbread song or whatever. Got a rebel flag in one hand and a bottle of Jack Daniels in the other. You're never gonna take me alive. Hey, it's cheaper just to let them catch you. So, overnight in jail turns into several days in jail really fast. Oh, well, yeah, I don't want that then. Man, that just doesn't sound like anything. Really? Ugh. I've known people that just say they itch like crazy. And then I've had other people talk about how much they hurt. Didn't mom get them? And her, she was in pain the whole time.
So I think there's different levels of it, kind of like when you
Chicken.
different levels of
Yeah.
rock. Another thing I probably could have.
Ugh. All right, Guns, have a good one. You're gonna drop down to see if that guy's still running around the liquor store. Yeah. Yep. Peeping Tom. If you go down there, if you can catch it, get some video, man. You have a YouTube channel. Is that hell?
No, sorry.
No, sorry. Oh. Okay. Toss the mechanic, Crisco. Now I can see guns going over there and throwing a bottle of or what do you call it, water balloons full of bubbles. You know, that stuff's slicker now. It's not. bad I did not do that. I did not say, I did not interject that into anyone's mind. Does anybody have any non-explosive, depressing topics they want to talk about? How much rain did you get, Rob? Oh, I got caught skinny dipping once.
But no one had a weapon.
Yeah,
Yes.
but anyway, cops were like, "Stay right there," and I'm like, "Officer, you can arrest me in this swimming pool, or you can wait for me to jump out, grab my stuff, and climb over the fence and arrest me." He looked at me and said, "I said, you really want me naked in your squad car?" He was like, "Go on." So I got out and threw the stuff on. I didn't let him give me them because the gal that was with me when she got out, he was all like, he turned his back and oh God. That was a long time ago. I was very young. I wouldn't have gone to jail anyway. I sold mine. Mysterious packages from New York City. Yay, Tina. Yeah, I got a good report from my doctor too. He said the check cleared. Ah, he was ecstatic. Sorry about that, Walt. You going to be able to affect a change in her attitude or in her life if she stays? Okay, if the stream goes dead, guys, that'll be it for me because it's thundering and lightning between me and my internet tower now. So it's got a thing. It'll go out for 30 or 40 minutes if it gets a surge from one of them bolts. It's got backup, but it takes a while to kick back on. Uh, of this one, no. I got my old boonie, which is falling apart. This isn't actually a boonie head. This is a, what's it called? This is just a fishing hat. But need to find my boonie and put a stitch back in it because this is almost enough brim. Dude, what happened to the radiator? I knew the brakes didn't sound, the brakes sounded sketchy, but yeah, I would imagine so. Okay, that's cool. Because I can't get them for $5. Is that a mosquito? Huh?
You went to the car show, just got back with Patty Casey. For the hell out of it.
I don't either. Oh, yeah. I just got through with the audio book, No Direction Home. Somebody in this chat over here had said something about that book and about it being an audio book and that I could, and uh, yeah, I was pretty good. There's a couple things the writer was kind of, okay, you're a dumbass, but, ma'am?
You see how the scarlet,
Yes, it's pretty.
everything but gold.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Rob. That's all you need is a roll of baling wire and a pair of pliers. Don't forget the pair of pliers. You gotta have, and a screwdriver. Okay. Chevrolet, you gotta have a whole tool. No Direction Home by somebody I can't remember. I confess, I watched it on the people with the audio books have YouTube channels, so you just got to suffer through the ads or whatever. Kind of cool. Yeah, all you had to do on a brass radiator was remember to flush it every so often. Keep the hard water or whatever out of it, because hard water deposits, the crap happens. Um, and then you go in, and you get them rotted out, which you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to pay somebody to do that. You can do that yourself. And calcium lime rust. Slow process, but there were things you could do. No, I haven't been able to find the A American dude. He doesn't have anything on YouTube because he's trying to get a book. Or he's trying to get a movie or something. I want to find the A American ones. I'm thinking about going. I don't know what it costs though for the Audible thing, but I don't want to sit around and listen to books all the time either. And if I was a driver, uh, it might have been, was it Brian? It was one of the truck drivers that said something about it. Well, that's the deal, Profiteer Prepper. The 600 or the 306. I mean, you had to try to beat that engine down. The I will never understand why Ford got rid of those. Dumbest move ever. And see, it's Going Home by A American is the one I'd like to. Um, yeah, okay, it was you, Dior. Knew it was one of you youngsters. There's like a gnat or something, y'all. Y'all probably can't see it, but I keep catching a glimpse of it. It's either a gnat or a mosquito. That's the one. And the thing about it is they were simple. I'm looking. I'll find me a Ford with one in it. You can buy a complete gasket kit for 350 or something like that. So you tear it down, rebuild it your own self. If there isn't something wrong with the crank or the cam or anything like that, if all you got to do is put new rings and such, new rings, gaskets, inserts, stuff like that, diamond chain. You don't always have to machine them. You can own them. Burning a little bit of oil, I ain't never heard nothing. Well, the one I just got through with was No Direction Home. It's not by A American. It's by somebody else. It's really good. I watched the whole thing on YouTube. You go to my channel. I have a playlist called eBooks, and the whole thing's in there. Yeah, Sip Fuel. We used to. My wife's Bronco had one in. And we drive that thing back and forth to Wyoming. All right, Sid's dad. Have a good night. Ooh. I just buy the paperbacks then. They only about $8, and I can read, and I don't drive that much. The Going Home or the No Direction Home? Because apparently Home was in a lot of post-apocalyptic or SHTF novels, evidently. Oh, okay. I am currently debating on whether or not to read a science fiction novel by Anne McCaffrey that I found that I don't think I've read yet. I do what?
Chipper.
Yeah, Chipper's Hank the cow dog. That's above.
Telling his age.
It's above my reading level right there. I'm actually watching one now that takes place in the UK. I forget the name of it. All right, Walter, we'll see you in a bit. The a lot of these things, they're pretty educational if you don't pay, take them as a, this is how you need to do things. The no direction home thing. Okay. For starters, they made the atypical prepper bug out mistake. Okay. We're here. We know about this place. We used to go camping in the wintertime or in the summertime. We used to go down there and spend blah, blah, blah on the lake. There's all this fish. There's nobody lives there. Yada, everybody from the city that survives is going to remember going there. They're going to, hey, there's fish, there's cabins, there's, everybody's going to be going there. You don't go to the lake. You don't go to try to take over some established campground. Um, you go, if you're leaving, if it's gotten bad enough where you've got to throw your stuff in there, then oh, okay. I was like, okay, I read those books, or the Big Red Book. That's Spot, Dick, and Jane were in the Big Red Book, weren't they? You know what I'm talking about, KK? You don't have to answer because that will like give everything away. But it's the Big Red Book is like 3 foot tall and 2 foot wide, and the teacher would sit it at the front of the room, and she would turn the page, and she'd take the stick and she would point to the words, which described the picture, and it would be like, see Jane. Turn to see Dick. See dog. See Jane. And Dick chase dog. I love the Big Red Book. It was like my favorite part of class. The Big Red Book is from a time when the children weren't expected to have their own book. On there's an intro video on my channel, with like if you're first time there or whatever, and there's a brick archway, and there's a caption on it that says, "I went to school here." That building was built in 1912, and I believe I was the last first grade class to use the Big Red Book until the teacher that did first grade for forever retired, which it was actually her property, not the school's property. But she took the book with. It belongs in a museum. None of the pages were torn. The original cover for the book was still there. She treated it like one of the most precious things ever. The entire class learned to read out loud from that book. It was like interactive teaching. It was like awesome stuff. It was fun. I love that part of the class. Shut up, wife. I'm gonna come across there. I'm gonna hit you with this mushroom.
Love you, honey.
Nah, whatever. I'm talking, you know. I went to school in a place that was lost in time, okay? I'm a unique person because I have a unique childhood. My first, third, and fourth grade teachers were stuck in the 50s. Just the way it was. Hey, Bob. How's life? Bob, I was actually thinking about y'all today. Really, really hard. Uh, I do take walks, and I haven't been taking them about the past week or so, week and a half. And then I was like, I'm going to take my walk. So I grabbed my little rifle and stepped off, started walking through the field. I noticed that the guy that owns or leased the property next to me he sprayed broadcast Roundup, and it's killed all the weeds in the field. So it means he's planting on cotton. But when I got back into the pasture and was walking around and stuff, I had no idea until I spent some time around you and your wife that there were that many different wildflowers that just grow. I mean, you see a purple flower, oh, look, another purple flower. No, there's like hundreds of purple flowers back there, and they're all different. I noticed the world around me more after having spent time with you and your wife. I really appreciate that. I really do. Actually, Roundup doesn't cause cancer. The solution they suspend it in causes cancer, but that's splitting hairs. It may be the wind blew in some stuff I didn't know about, but these things sure do look like they're established. I'll if the storm doesn't shred them all, I'll try to get some pictures tomorrow. Isn't it though? I've been uh, I found wild parsley here. Didn't know it was here. I just thought it was a weed. I found the wild parsley here. I found the plantains. The naturally occurring Geiger counter. I've got some. Found them today on the walk. I was like, hey, I know what that is. Mine aren't as healthy, but nonetheless, they're there. I have yucca stems in every stage of development except for the flowers. I've got some that just came up that are ready to, that are still in the eat me stage. And then I've got some that the stems have gotten real long and they've already turned woody or whatever. And I've got some that have opened up and are starting to form the pods for the flowers. I expect to see blossoms on them any day. But it's weird how they're all growing within feet of each other, but they're in different stages of the process. They're not just all doing it at one time. I've been looking, haven't found a rattlesnake yet. Now, okay, I confess, we do. The grass is really tall. The grass is probably 18, 20 inches tall behind the house. And I thought about going and looking for a snake, but I realized that I would never see it until it saw me first because I know where the den is, and I just don't want to get bit. So I didn't go over there. I started walking that general direction, and my dog stopped and looked at me like, "It's not happening, dude. You're going by yourself. It didn't come out good last time we went over there." Oh. Yeah, but don't procrastinate, Rob. If they get too big, then yeah, you need them down when uh they look just like asparagus. When they look like angry asparagus or talking asparagus, you don't want them. Then it's like eating soapy wood. That is not good. You put them in a box. That'd be way scarier than that little 2-footer you got in there now. It'd be way louder when somebody walked in there and the box started rattling at them. Jeez. They're purple, privateer. Yeah, they call them Spanish dagger, PK. You want I should go get you a yucca stem so you can see it? If it's not raining, I'll consider it. And see, I was going to do that while I was down there. I was going to cut some of the young branches down low and just throw them in a water jug and bring them back. And I forgot to do it. I confess I was going to steal some of your trees. Some, like not some of you. I wasn't going to like uproot your trees. I was like going to steal some of your trees. Oh. Somebody was showing, and I wish I had saved the video to a playlist, but somebody was showing that they're still edible like that. I just don't know if they would taste okay. I don't have the guts for it myself.
I love mulberry.
Yeah, but the only guy here that I know that has fruited mulberries, the red fruited mulberries, he doesn't take care of his trees, so they don't have enough fresh growth on them for me to get cuttings from. They don't get enough water. You know, if it doesn't rain on them, they don't get water. But the mulberries are delicious, and they should be coming in this weekend. We could probably go over there and like whatever.
Like when we lived over there, the boys would always come in with purple feet and hands.
Yeah. What y'all been doing? Nothing. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
A couple little purple monkeys look like they come from some other dimension or whatever. And then I would go outside and I'd come in. You know, they'd be like the indicator that the mulberries were ripe.
Yeah.
Then we were all had purple fingers. Okay. See, this was somebody putting that stuff out there. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you really got to check on what you hear on the interwebs. Uh, what was the other thing I heard that I was like, wait, that's not true? Uh, something else they were saying you could eat or whatever. I was like, no, that's not true. First, Rob, you water the tree and get it growing really good. And the pretty young green limbs or whatever, those root the easiest. You can actually root the cuttings while they're still on the tree, Chipper, if you want to do the work. Or you can actually, that one guy, he just puts them straight in the ground. If they're the young green ones or whatever, he just puts them in the ground, keeps them wet, or in potting soil and keeps them wet. I know I saw the the berries when I was down there last time. It looks instead of like a mulberry, it looks like a whole bunch of onion tops or something. The little onion tops or whatever. It looks like one of those is stuck to the mulberry tree, and you're like, that don't belong there. Only it's really hard, and it doesn't come apart. The small ones, not the old ones with the gray bark. They got to be young, twiggy limb type things. I just might have to. Yeah, there's a guy on YouTube, and him I am subscribed to. I'll find him. That's what he does. Uh, I wish I hadn't put it out there. 2 days ago, I could have showed you. I've got pear trees they're called clones. They're from a pear tree, and you he actually forms the root ball while it's still on the tree, and then he cuts that off, puts it in a bag, ships it, and then where he's cut it off, right behind it, it'll always grow another branch. Okay, and then he does the same thing, and it'll form another root ball, and he can cut it. He can do it like 2 or 3 times on the same branch or whatever. Anyway, and then that's on pear trees, and then you wind up with a clone pear tree. And and Rob, I premiered our beans and catfish video today, but apparently when I edited the video, I cut out the part where it shows us actually cooking the beans. So now I've got to do another video and put it out there. I don't know what happened. Well, yeah, I do. I usually save the video and then watch it all, or I'll watch the video all the way through after I get through editing to make sure I didn't screw something up. But I didn't do that. So that's what I did wrong. Leland's not. He's got, well, he's got catfish. Well, he had catfish left, and then he got to go fishing the other day. Down there, pears are to do really, really good. Have you thought about apple? I've got apple, pear, and apricot started here. I'm not going to jinx myself by saying what I want to say right now, but something is biting my apricots. They ain't even changed colors yet. My apricot. Nothing happens. There's at least a gallon of apricots on that little bush. Y'all want to see my best impression of the wife when she came home from work today?
Oh my gosh.
I was like, "Are you okay?" Just kind of stumbles in the door, then leans up against the wall. I'm like, "Fun day at work?" That's what she gets for being so damn good at her job. Hello, Wolfies. Anybody else that I missed, apparently? Something like that. See what old trick. She walked into that office having gone to school for something completely different, and did something that they said there was no way she could do. She became a level 4, which is the highest you can get in less time than you're supposed to be able to become a level 4. Because, well, she's rightfully intelligent, if you want the truth. Dedicated, a hard worker.
Glad I have a nerve conductivity test. They're gonna go stick me with a bunch of needles, and I'm excited for that.
Oh, so you can have a day off?
So I have a day off.
She's gonna go get tortured, and she's looking forward to it because she doesn't have to be there. Watch them. They'll just, oh well, y'all just like stay home. Liz won't be here today.
I thought John, it was his deal. I said, I'm not gonna be here. You're gonna have to help.
You know he's gonna be like sick now or something, right? Oh yeah. I don't. No, I don't want to overwater or underwater my little tequila plant. It didn't die yet. Hey, step one. You snuck in. Step One Survival. Meet Bob Hanser. Bob Hanser meet Step One Survival. That was a Skeeter. Oh, that's right. You Friday Soup Kitchen guy. That's good stuff you do there. BA really is. Yes, I don't get that. I already edited out the one for our stew we had, because that's the one I want to post it so bad because it's like, but it's not. It's like day 5 in this. We're not. We're just now. I just did day 2.
Football says to be on not too much water that he
Okay. Well, then I shall leave her alone and let her become angry. My I have, you got the prickly pear cactuses that make that stay relatively small, and then you've got the ones that have the big oblong uh, cactus pads, and then you've got the ones that have the big, distinctly round ones that are about an inch thick that grow the size of a freaking dinner plate. Anyway, I have one of those cactus on my place, and it was getting over in a path, and I cut it up and dug out some of it, and I think I'm gonna relocate those so they can spread. Because you talk about it makes the biggest, juiciest uh, tuna of any of the cactus around here. So I think I'm gonna like spread it around some. They, yeah, they can get over it. I mean, the stuff you do at the shelter or the kitchen or whatever is way better than that other stuff. I mean, we miss you, but we'll survive. I'd a whole lot rather if somebody got, y'all do spaghetti, right? Spaghetti, then you getting the other. Hey, Wes, when you still in here? Wayne, Wayne.
You gotta give him time to answer, honey.
No, I don't. It's like instant. It's the interwebs.
Still alive.
Okay. Remember that one thing that, hold on, I got to do the thing with the thing of the thing. There's no thingy. There's no thingy. I didn't take pictures. I was just fiddling around with it. I didn't think about doing the video until I got to this point. Okay. So, love you too, BA. See, I'm making a thing out of the thing. I cheated. Let's cut the thing. because I broke it anyway. I had to take that. I had to cut those so I can put the deal back on. I'm gonna fix that one. But ta-da! That screwed up.
I don't know if Bob saw it or not, but Triplings has told Bob Hensler that yes, we did on help.
Oh, okay. Hey, Bob Hanser, BA over at Step One Survival said he had sent you a request on Linkopedia because he needed your help with something. Linked, whatever that thing is. You stuff do that whole Instagram thing about driving me nuts. Mostly because I don't know how to work it. But anyway, yeah, it's okay. It's like I got to figure out because I forgot to put the little thingy here, and I don't know how to do it now without taking all that stitching out, which is done by hand and is really hard, and I don't want to take it out. So
I'm rednecking it off of internet.
not a thing. It'll be perfect. But see, that's my thinking, but then what do you call it? My the rivet will be in there where it can affect the finish on the firearm. So I don't know. I may just move it and it'll just hang differently. So BA, you see that? He got his he throwed his dadgummit email address up there for you. All right, guys. I know I don't have anything interesting hanging on the wall, but I have to go check the plumbing. I'll be right back. If I check the plumbing, I mean go pee out my front porch. Right. This guy's leaking.
They're helping me out.
Thanks, guys. Cool poster on the back wall. What are you talking about? Oh, BB-8. That's all. How'd y'all?
BCBA.
What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? All right. Okay. I'll work, BA.
Right now.
Well, kind of, sort of have that.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
Huh?
I'll text
okay. I'll be. Now I gotta scroll back up and find that, which is really complicated. This ink pen that we didn't swipe from Elegante is a really cool ink pen. Now I'm trying. Um, you know what I didn't see when I was on my walk? I did not see a single coyote print. Nothing. I don't understand that. And I haven't been hearing them when the train goes by. Nah, I went outside.
No, but they were saying if you put a Gatorade bottle or something under the desk or a bucket, you wouldn't have to get up and leave them. But then you need music to cover the noise.
The one of the first times I did a live stream, I had to take a leak. I walked in there to take tinkle. I didn't close the door. I come back in and y'all busted my chops because I left the door open and you get me pee. So yeah, not happening. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do to keep y'all from busting my chops if you want to know the honest God truth, because it doesn't matter what I do, you bust my chops. So
They just want you to feel at home.
there you go. Ooh, that was close. The town which shall not be named that way is getting hammered. Just FYI. Yeah, that's what I figured, Jim. I don't know how I missed it, Bob Hanser, but it showed up on the deal. It's one of your older videos. It shows the difference between when your creek floods and whatever. It's where you showed the creek coming out so hard that it was backing the river up a little bit. I was like, that's wicked cool. Except for like your creek and your is when your willow tree bought it, I think. All right, Bob. Give her a hug. Tell her I miss her. Miss you too, but I don't want to be all awkward and stuff. Tell Huck to get off the dang tractors. He got no thumbs. Um, yeah. He bouncing out too. All right, have a good night. Take care. All right, where'd he go? People keep disappearing and I don't know where they go to.
Westman had to go check his email.
Oh, that's right. because he's gonna go meet some random psycho person. Everybody knows people that have YouTube channels are crazy, and then you should not meet them in person. She's still in your face. No stand up keeping everybody up, huh? Oh, yeah, tell her. Is she still mad at me for keeping you out for all that time? It was an accident.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool. Y'all are like close to San Francisco or something, right?
You see, Rob.
Oh, well, see, I knew she was mad at me for something. I didn't realize that she was mad at me for bringing you back. Sorry. I was actually doing laundry the other day and trying to sort some of my junk out of my wife's way. And she come home and she looks at me and smiles and says, "Are you packing to leave?" What? She didn't really smile. I made that part up, but no, I wasn't packing to leave. Then I looked at what I had going on and it looked like I was packing to leave. I was actually unpacking, but still. Oh, wow, that's cool. I'm like forever away from everybody. Um,
Close to Rob, sort of.
I'm 210 from Rob, 145 from, well, actually, one from Grouchy Dudes.
No, two.
No, he
It's
tricked.
almost an hour just to this town.
That's the sneaky part. He doesn't live at the other town that he tells everybody he lives at.
Well, but he lives closer to you. Maybe an hour and a half then.
It's hour 20 is what I said originally, because I think that's what it is. Because he lives on this side of the one town, but we're splitting hairs now.
Okay, read Rob.
Okay, I'll tell him to look for your hat. I can get it to you. There's something else that either I left something in your truck or something. I don't know. I give up. That's true. Um, I was thinking about it. I'd kind of like to go hit Nevada. Honestly, I got to do it after he gets rid of the goats because I don't have to bring any home. But I guess we can get a fresh belly like that. I don't know about that pig though. Actually, I do. I think they taste great. But Yeah, he's fixing to make me a backpack for my YouTube channel. Not, I ain't giving it to nobody. It's mine. He bought me a backpack and he's gonna put my YouTube sticker on it. It's gonna be me. I can do my stuff. And I'm gonna have a logoed backpack to carry my junk in. I feel special. I really do, honestly. All right, Rob. Have a good night. Rob, you so okay. Well, I don't know how long I'm gonna. I don't know if we're gonna do like this marathon thing or not. I while I was up checking the plumbing a while ago, I should have grabbed me a Tylenol. How many of y'all have inventoried your ammunition lately? Just asking. Don't want to know how much you got. Do not put how much you have. If you put that in the comments, you will forever be known as an airhead. That ain't nobody's business but yours. Yeah, what Frank said. Disappointed. I thought I was way further ahead in this. Yeah. I'm gonna make a trip in it's you know how you have the to-do list for or grocery list or whatever, the little thing that you have hanging on the refrigerator or wherever you have hang stuff like that nowadays, microwave, coffee pot, wherever. That reminds you that hey, I need to do this or I need to check in to do that or um, you know. I think that it would be a good idea as a preparedness minded individual to have one of those to remind oneself that periodically one should do things that need to be done to achieve a higher level of preparedness. Yeah, I think I said that right. I tripped over something when I was trying to get out of my wife's way yesterday. And it wound up, it wasn't even a planned thing anyway. I wound up doing it. I'm like, oh, what the short? I don't black means short. And my idea of enough is not anywhere close to a lot of people's idea of enough. And I'm short. I'm short on the 40, but that's because I've been I've been getting a little shoot time, on the 40. Since you keep climbing up on top of the mountains and stuff, you can just be windy survival. That was, yeah, that was fun. I've been trying to get video on the flipping yuccas for days now, but I can't get anything that ain't got wind noise. So it's depressing. Took these apart to work on the leather. Doesn't look like much, does it? Kind of corroded. I hadn't thrown this one in forever. That's this set of darts was $50. Bet I could stick it in the wall wing, but it's not a dartboard over there, so I have no excuse. This set was 50. This set was 60. I really like this because you can throw the same dart, either soft tip or regular. You can change tips up. And this is like a $12 set or something, and it's actually, I actually like these. These were my favorites. All that high dollar stuff, and I went back to the. Actually, my favorite set was one that I engineered myself. I actually made it out of pieces of parts. They were like the I can't remember the parts of the dart. You got the flight. What's the thing that holds the feathers? Right. I'll remember it and when I lay down to go sleep. Anyway, this part of the dart was like this long. It was it started out 19, and by the time I got through it was 29 grand. Yeah, I'm not allowed to play with the the bar darts. They killed her. I may set my dartboard up. I got a room for it now. I'm gonna annoy the crap out of everybody. Oh wait, it's just me. Uh, we we're way past the topic. That was like way early. We got past all the annoying, depressing stuff. We're just talking about random things now. We never played for yeah, just I don't like to gamble. Uh, I think there's more fun to be had just being able to win. And well, it's a lot easier to lose gracefully if there's nothing but your pride involved. If you're losing your rent or your beer money or your lunch money or something like that. I mean, I used to take money from people, but I hadn't done that since I was in my 20s. And I was on the pool table, so I can't play pool anymore. That's not a bicycle, trust me. I now I've paid money to play darts. The best I ever did though was break even. You gotta um, there's not very many people that can break even in a big tournament, so that says something. But it's fun. Hey, Savage is in again. Yeah. The Now I used to think I was a bad butt too on that pool table until I run into a guy named Bug. He cleaned me out in 5 games. When he put me in my place, I knew that that wasn't the bar to ever go in again. And when I was playing pool for money, it wasn't gambling. So. Ha! Jeez, that's pretty bad, David. Uh, I had a girl that I played with a lot. Really cool, but she had a temper, so I had to be careful. She had a real good temper. It was fun. Cool, Carol. Hey, Desert. That, and if they know how to use them, they're a cheat at pool. Like women cheat at pool. I'm just they do. Last time I did play pool for money, wasn't even money. We were playing for beer, and we were drinking dry and pitchers. We were ordering a pitcher and we were drinking it. And, long story short, we had 3 or 4 pitchers of beer sitting up there because when we won, they ordered it. And we were finally like, do y'all want to drink some of this with us or whatever? Because, they were getting mad because they were having to buy our beer and their beer and we weren't keeping up. Um, we told them if they were trying to get us drunk to take our paychecks or whatever, they could forget it. We were broke. We weren't, but we weren't about to switch from, we weren't going to drink 4 pitchers of beer between 2 guys and switch over to money. I mean, that would be stupid. Hey, LS, you missed all the big people. All the big guns was in here earlier. They were talking about how peaches weren't really from Georgia. Yeah, they were from Alabama. They were talking about how actually, like, the Gators were better than the Bulldogs or something. Hey, has anybody seen Gummit Dash out? I don't know. Is he still working weird hours and stuff? I've seen a couple of videos come across, but my notifications keep getting turned off. Are y'all still getting that? My notifications and some subtube whatevers are messed up. So he's hanging on Twitter and Instagram? Okay. I don't do Twitter. I didn't ever install it on my phone. I honestly don't have the time to stare into my little blue screen all day long. I wish I did. And usually when I've got some time to check in with people, I like to check in with the fleshies. Fleshies are easier to hug somebody than it is to hug a tweet or whatever. I check Instagram some. I don't think I've checked it today though. Why is Just Date so quiet? Wasn't he in here earlier? Whoa, what is that? Just realized he was like, About out anything to talk about. Uh, what did I see on the news today that set me off? Let me think. See if I can think of one specific thing that set me off. Here. Let's try this. I'll just go here, click this, and see what pops up. Yeah, Trump sucks. Unemployment 49-year low. Wage hits 27.77 an hour. Stock market in this rally. Yeah. I thought he was like below 20%. Who do I believe? Which newspaper is telling me that drought? Oh, sorry. Where would I start on this flipping page? The news is nothing but a cesspool. And apparently Kim just fired another missile. Yeah, I don't want to do all that. Yeah, we're not talking about the news. The end. What were we talking about that was really important and that we needed to keep up with? Oh, okay. I was just afraid you'd dropped out on us. Are you going to get another phone, brother? Our garden's up. Is Jabroni in here? I haven't seen him in here in a while. Those beans are uh only one of the beans did not germinate and sprout. Every other seed that I planted came up. Salt water. Why are you using salt water on your garden? I'm missing something. Okay. You know they haven't. I'm really disappointed in that. I'm trying to come up with I'm trying to script my whack video making fun of myself. So Yeah, stress will knock you down. Now you're gonna have to do is put it in a different pocket. Yeah, I'm back on like a semi keto. I don't want to go into the ketosis again. I mean, you drop the weight real fast, but you got to like stay on the diet to keep it off. Since I've got the computer and that's it. We don't have any kind of cable TV, satellite, anything like that. Occasionally when I stop in for a burger or something, or go to the cafe for a cup of coffee, I watch a little Fox News. That's about it. Because the cafe we go to has Fox News. That's all they play. They don't play anything else. Well, these, it's fixing to become a serious fight with me. Probably sometime this coming week, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna start quitting, like for the reals. Have a plan and everything. So, I'm so over them. Tried cold turkey it the other day and I made it 2 hours. So, there you go, LS. Sure. Okay. Uh, my deal is if I can quit these things, man, I can afford to drive nearly a new truck. So I'm gonna quit. The thing is, and it wasn't easy, but I quit methamphetamine, so why can't I quit smoking? Granted, I did sign myself up to be locked away for 45 days twice. Work. Ha 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 ha. Nah, no make you promises I can't keep. That's not a good plan. Yep. I think I'm going to allow myself a cheat, but I think it's going to be pipe tobacco, maybe. Haven't made up my mind. Yep, and one of the worst smokes out there for it are the L and M's. Anything that says Turkish blend, Trust me, don't get started on those. Or Marlboro and Doral are all really heavy on the additives. Well, nicotine's more physically addictive than methamphetamine. I'll give it that. The only thing that's more addictive than nicotine is heroin. Physically addictive. I mean, my my brain literally. A lot of people don't realize, like, if somebody's smoked a long time, like I have, and then they quit smoking, it will actually cause your brain. It has the potential to cause your brain to quit working right for several months. Um, you won't be able to sleep. You you're you can either completely lose your appetite or it can go the other way, and you can just like be hungry all the time. Uh, Keeping the train of thought. There's I've had several friends that quit because the doctor told them you quit or you're gonna die, and it was months before they were normal. It was months before they were normal. Metal issues. What, like if they only like country music or what? You see, that's my deal on alcohol. I mean, I enjoy it, but I don't have to have it. Oh, okay. I understand, Savage. I was just joking. You just typed in metal instead of mental. Everybody's wired different. That's one thing always annoyed me. If I can do it, you can do it. No, bitch, there's no such thing. That's not the way it works. There are some people out there that can do anything somebody else can do, but not everybody can do what somebody else can do. And that's why that whole red letter thing goes in there, where you don't, judge not lest ye be judged kind of thing. Not everybody can do what everybody else can do. There's a lot of people that can do anything somebody else can do, but not everybody can do anything everybody else can do. I gotta have an excuse to drink. I only drink socially, and I don't look for social engagements to drink. They have to be rather spontaneous. Oh wow, that's harsh. I've always been pretty intelligent on the driving while intoxicated. Just didn't do it. That's one thing I detest about go away. Um, this county is they actually have a law against a taxi service. I think they had 4 or 5 bars in the town, but they did not allow anybody to run service, a taxi service. If you had one too many in the bar, you couldn't call a taxi to get home. The bars could not offer a free ride home. Well, it had to be a free ride home. So, wow. Yeah. That's when I checked myself into treatment and made it stick. I almost killed a friend. I mean, not like I didn't hurt him, but I was fixing to do it or something stupid. Walked into the office. It was a really good paying job. Told them what was up. Told them what I was on. Told them I needed some help. And they hooked me up with treatment. They offered me my job back when I got out, but I would have had to move. There's that. I mean, you know, there's been 1,000 times I should have died. At least, at least 100. I'll one day I'll sit down and I'll count them and see how many I can come up with. Hey, Aaron. I think Aaron, you got here just in time for me to start whining about getting off of here. I think. I wow, I'm like 30 minutes behind on my live stream over here on my playback. I'm an hour. I'm an hour behind. I'm gonna see what happens when I click live. I'm still making fun of my wife's hard day at work. I can see my white arm thing. Maybe is it? Nope. It still didn't go live. Live. I'm still 5 minutes behind. Killdeer, you keep doing what you're doing though. You don't give in. All right, you got this. One day at a time. I still have to do that on that other thing. Didn't think, well, I just did. Almost made it a whole day. 2 days. Almost made it 2 days. I get 2, 3, 4 days in a row now, every so often that I don't, it never crosses. Wow, dadgummit, I was thinking about a Veterans Day and how it wasn't the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, my grandbaby's sick. Maddie Stu's sick. Y'all pray for her. She's got an ear infection. And it's actually, when you look at her, you can actually see the side of her face is swollen. It was very sad. She still wanted me to hold her and dance with her, though. She's super mobile. She learned how to crawl and stuff. The mom had to run back there and get her, because she was like down the ramp and she was headed for the back of the building where the machinery and stuff is. She has like a play area that she's, like Rugrats, how they keep the screwdriver in their diaper and pull it out and pick the lock and escape. Oh yeah, that's my Maddie suit. But her mom got her and put her back where she's supposed to be. I'm standing right. I could have stopped her. That's not my job. Uh, that was, she got right back out. I said, "That's okay. Yeah, go ahead. It's your world. They're just living in it. You go do whatever you want to." She looked up at me and smiled, like she knew what I was saying. Man, beeline for the back. That was funny. I got her looking at, what? I don't have to parent when both parents are. I'm a grandparent. I let them do whatever they want to. Yes, I did. I love that show. It's like, that's how I learned to raise my children. I watched Rugrats. I was like, okay, that's what they do when you're not looking. Everything turned out just fine. Just leave them be. In retrospect, that might not have been the best plan ever. But hey. Rugrats was good. Well, yeah, but that's not the same thing, David. I used to do that. Oh, that's just being a gentleman. So, anyway, I am guessing that my wife has bailed on me. She hadn't come back to the room. I am going to bow out on all you people. Congrats on the grandkids, though, Aaron. That's like, they're the best. They're like, LS, I've been here for like 2 hours. Been up since 5 o'clock this morning. There was a giant snake in bed with me this morning. Or that's what my dream was anyway. I looked for the snake this morning after it woke me up. And I looked for it again when I got home. Still don't know what it was. But might have just been watching Sister Kate on Shofar Mountain holding a giant snake like it was a slinky or something. Yes, they could. The West Wind could go live. Yeah. Or West Wind could go live, or any of these people could go live like I just say, hey, I'm going to do an after show, and then everybody could come over there and hang out. Or LS could go live. And then you could entertain everybody. You and the little could just giggle and just let everybody comment about y'all giggling. D-Horse was in here earlier. He could go live. HDP could go live. He could just like do the live stream and then take a nap. Did you get knocked down again, West Man? They've got to try to get it shut down before the elections start. Good. I don't know who they're planning on putting in. Where I don't think it's the president's office so much as there's something somewhere that they don't want getting. They want it to keep to stay in the shadows until after it's voted in. I don't know what it is, but it's something. It's something going through the legislature. Or someone going into the legislature. It might be something to do with the president. I don't know. But I don't think so. Fairly certain it'll be Trump again. If it's not, there's something going on. Though that whole Second Amendment thing on him is a bother for me. That's one problem that I've developed with our POTUS. But enough of us complain and write about it, and might get him to, it's not what he thinks is best for the country, but what we want him to do that we think is best for the country is what he's supposed to do. So maybe that's it. Maybe they've got to keep our opinion away from him so he can say, well, I just didn't know no better. Yeah, me too, Westman. That's bad. Anyways, I gotta find the right box to turn this thing off now. I love all you people. I'm gonna go get some sleep, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night. After SOS, 7:30, 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central, 6:30 Mountain. Okay. And then after that, whenever they're done. Okay. You might be right on that too, Westwind. I don't know. I don't think we can't vote our way into a fix anyway, so it doesn't matter. That's why I was inventorying rainbow distribution devices. Yeah. God bless y'all. Y'all stay alive. Don't die. I'll catch y'all next time.